Well, hello, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, August the 15th, 2023. Tuesday, August the 15th. Well, let's jump right in. Okay, we're back to the wedding. And at the wedding, of course, Jack gives her this wedding gift to really cause her to have some doubt, to really, he did it to ruin her wedding. He says, I did this as a wedding gift. I thought this was a good thing. No, you didn't. No, you didn't at all, Jack. You knew it would make her wonder, would make her doubt, it would disrupt her wedding, and that's exactly what it did. But thanks to Tucker stepping in, getting it back on track, he looks at because he's getting giving Ashley separating her company, giving beauty, my beauty back to her, giving her all her current patents that she created after she left, separated her company from Jabot. All the original Jabot patents he's keeping. That's okay, whatever. All those old fragrances. Yeah, okay. Let me go ahead and get some. I'm trying to think of an old one. Uh, I don't want to say Chanel number 5 because I like Chanel number 5. I'm trying to think of an old, you know what, if somebody could come up with an old, one of those 1960s colognes, right? Throw that in the chat. That'll be funny because I can't think of one because I was a child in the 60s and I wasn't wearing cologne. That's why I can't really remember. What would it be? Anyway, so um whatever. So Tucker, she goes, what's your catch, Jack? It has to be something. And Abby's like, we've got some great appetizers in the other room. Wait a minute, Ashley. Abby. No, I want to find out. So finally, Tucker says, you know what? He walks in front of Ashley. He shakes Jack's hand. He says, thank you very much, Jack. We accept your offer. Thank you for coming. And we have a wedding we're going to get back to because this is about us. It is not about you. It's not about your gift. He had it, right? So Ashley goes, well, hold on. He goes, no, Ashley, this is our wedding. And I've had enough. And so Ashley looks at him. She goes, you know what? You are absolutely right. And she turns to her. She goes, I want to apologize to each and every one of you in this room. This is our wedding. And yes, Jack, I accept your offer. And so Diane steps in front. Well, thank you, Ashley. And we hope you have. See, Diane never should have said a word. Jack keeps still trying to interject Diane as the blow up piece. Diane knew there was no reason in the world she was saying anything after everything was said and done to Ashley. It was not her place. Right? So Billy now decides to play his part, jumps in. Oh, Jack, no, I see you this, you that. Oh, he went on and he tried to cause his little scene. And so Tucker's like, and Jack is arguing a bit, Billy, you this, and this. And Tucker says, you know what, Jack, it's time for you and Diane to leave. Right? It's time for you all to leave. So they go head to the door, and Billy comes around and he says, Ashley, I truly want to congratulate the bride and groom. Thank you so much, for inviting me to the wedding. I'm going to take off. So he and Chelsea leave. Of course, Jack and Diane left first. Tracy stays. And Tracy says, well, who wants cake? And Ashley says, well, I do. I want cake. And Tucker's like walking like a kid. I want cake. I want cake. So he goes waddling back to the back area. But anyway, and then later, he and Ashley, do I have a picture of them? Yes, I do. They go back to the GCAC and, they have their champagne. And Ashley actually says, she goes, I can't believe I'm saying this and meaning this. And I'm thinking, dang, Ashley. She goes, but I love you. And that meant so much to Tucker. Oh, that man, he just, man, that's what he wanted to, oh, he knew he would hear that and her really mean it. And I'm thinking, shh, don't be fooled. Ashley don't really mean that. Ashley don't really mean it at all. She's telling you exactly what you want to hear, Tucker. Tucker beware, Tucker beware, Tucker beware, right? So now Victoria corners Nate about the Audra situation. She sees right through him. She don't let him her foot off his neck until he comes clean. And he finally tells her the whole story. And he was trying to help Audra. And he was sorry for keeping it from her. But he did truly feel the merger is a good idea, but honestly, it was to help Audra throughout this situation. And he told her what happened and yada, yada, yada. And she goes, you know, Nate, I knew there was something else to this. And she pretty much let him know, you know, we know each other too well for you to try to, you know, deceive me. And he goes, no, I wasn't trying to deceive you. And all I did was bring it up. And soon, because I honestly felt it was a good merger, but it did help. What it was to help Audra and protect Newman because she's over Newman. Me, yeah, okay, yeah, right. He says, but so when you said you were not going to consider it, I said I would not bring it up again, and I wouldn't, and I would not have. So she goes, okay, no, you know. Seeing in my mind, Victoria's thinking strike one because her mama's going to be talking about strike one tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. So Nate will just try to deceive you and lie to you for his own agenda, whatever it's for. Victoria's not going to forget that. So Audra, you know, we left her. She showed up at Nikki and Victor's. She sits down. She tells them actually the entire truth. Say, coming to them as if I need your advice. I need to know how I need to get out of Adams from under his thumb. He's blackmailing me and blah, blah, blah. And so when she told him what happened at McCall, see, that's what I'm saying. That's old news, right? And the guy's in jail. So Victor's like, okay. And when she said what the singer did to the underage women, Nikki was like, oh, that's reprehensible. But then she's like, and Audra said the PR department covered it up. You know, she goes, but then he was arrested and yeah. And so Nikki said, okay, so he's arrested. Tucker fired the PR department, the ones that covered it up. Should be case closed, right? What's the problem? Well, the problem is what Tucker, she wanted me to erase every trace of, you know, the wrongdoing. And it was, you know, so, okay. So she goes, and I was just doing what my boss wanted me to do to protect the company. And Victor's like, okay. So, okay. So you'll be loyal. Okay. So anyway, he calls Adam, tells Adam to come to his house. In the meantime, we have Adam's picking up his keys, getting ready to go over there. He opens his front door and Sally's there, standing right outside the door with a housewarming gift. No call, in a nice, cute little outfit, you know, little slit up the side of that skirt, you know, saying happy housewarming, belated. So she steps in and he goes, you know, I would love to stay and offer you a drink, but I've been summoned by his majesty, right? So she goes, well, I'll go with you because I'll tell him I'm going to accept his offer. So Adam says, no, you don't want to do that tonight because I could tell by his voice he wants to rake me over the coals for something. So no, now is not a good time for you to go. So he's like, but you're welcome to stay here. You can order dinner. This ain't gonna take long, you know. So she goes, are you sure? And I'm thinking, wait a minute, Sally, aren't you sending a mixed signal? Because really, shouldn't it have just been, here's your housewarming gift? Listen, this is a bad time. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Because see, she shouldn't feel comfortable staying in his place like that, especially after the way she has been severing ties with him because she's with Nick, she's with Nick, she's with Nick. So you trying to tell me when Nick goes out of town on business, you're going to find time to pop over to Adam's place, Sally? So while he's gone, she's looking in boxes, trying to take stuff out of boxes for him. And she sees some books, and inside one of the books has a bunch of pictures of them, and everyone, they were happy with whatever event they were at or whatever they were doing. And she was just looking at him like, wow, he kept these, right? So anyway, when Adam gets to the ranch, he sees Audra sitting on the couch, and he just kind of looks at her. She looks, and he goes, Victor says, son, whatever he says to Adam, and Adam looks, he goes, look, I'm sure she's already told you. And so Nikki goes, she told us everything. No, Audra looked up everything. And Nikki said, and I mean everything. He goes, well, okay. I saw an opportunity and I went after it. And so Audra says something to him, and he says something, he goes, I'm disappointed in you. And I'm thinking, disappointed in her, right? She was smart enough not to be blackmailed by you, right? She is smart enough not to be blackmailed by you. So anyway, well, Kyle gave her that idea, but come on, Kyle ain't that smart. That was really stupid. So then she says, I hope that this doesn't jeopardize my job at Newman Media. And Victor says, no, not at all. No, it doesn't. You can go. And Adam's like, So she leaves, and Adam sits down. What I love about Adam, unapologetically sits down, and Victor's like, what were you thinking, son? How dare you go against my wishes? And he said, I saw an opportunity. I took it. Something you've done 1,000 times over. This very same thing. And Adam was right. He was so right. And Victor's like, that is not the point. I specifically, oh my goodness. So he's yelling at Adam, and Adam is like, I should snatch this right out from under you. And Adam looks at him, and he stands up and goes, is that what you're going to do? And Victor's like, no, but you are on a tight rope. You are, son. This is your last opportunity. I've given you the opportunity for something great, and you insist on doing the opposite. So Adam gets up. Oh, well, that's your way. I mean, it really just like, this don't faze me. Whatever. Of course you found out. Surprised a chick came to you. I ain't sorry. And if I find another opportunity, I'm gonna do it again. I mean, Adam he was just Adam. And when he walked out, Victor was just crushed. He was at his little bar, and Nikki comes behind, and she goes, darling, he hurts you this way every time. When is enough going to be enough? And I was thinking, shut up, Nikki. How many times have Nicholas done the opposite? And Victoria, too, of what Victor wanted. Nicholas has told his father off so many times and walked out the company. How many times? It's a revolving door with Nicholas. And you never once said, well, when is enough with Nicholas, honey? Never. So don't say it with Adam. Don't say it with Adam. Just keep your mouth shut. Let Victor deal with that wayward son, period. That's how I feel about it, because she doesn't hold her own kids to the same standard at all. So then we have Chelsea and Billy at Crimson Lights, And he was like, I'm sorry you had to be, see the Abbott family dynamics in play. She goes, eh. But what troubled me, Billy, was your part in it. I know you say it's just for show. She's saying, but Billy, there's something else with that. There's something, it's actually, doing something. And I haven't seen you truly act like that. For my goodness, when I was pregnant with Johnny. And I don't know, Billy, I'm kind of scared. This frightens me. This worries me. And he goes, this is acting. I have everything under control. When he stands up and he kisses her on her forehead. Everything is under control. And Chelsea's looking like, yeah, right. Everything ain't under control. Everything ain't under control. So I think I have one more picture. What is this? Oh, Adam comes back. He's pissed, bad mood. Sally had ordered to take out, and it was delivered. And he was like, you stayed. She said, yeah. He goes, and she walked over to, because he went to get himself a bottle of water. So she walks over to that little cutting board area. And he goes, and you even unpacked some of my boxes. And so she says, yeah, I was surprised to see these. And she opened up the pictures. And she says, I'm surprised you kept these. And he said, it reminded me of a time when I was my happiest. And I could never believe that I deserved that kind of happiness. But I was truly happy back then. So it left the scene there with them, and pretty much that's all there was to that. And then Audra, of course, texts Kyle to come up to her room, and they start getting ready to hit the sheets again, whatever. I fast forwarded them because his plan worked, and he's so smug. Kyle is just so, yeah, I told you. Oh, come on now. What amazed me? Them letting Audra off the hook like that. Her problem, this big old problem for Tucker and her, was solved just like that. In that one visit to Victor and Nikki, that was unlike Young and the Restless, right? They dragged things out and they let this go too fast. I wanted to see Audra squirm. I wanted to see her squirm. And as she was walking out of Victor and Nikki's place, she turned and she looked at Adam like, eat on this. And he's looking at her. He goes, you'll never know what I would have offered you. Or I think that's what he said in front of Victor. And she goes, and she was going to say something else. And that's when Victor broke that up with what Adam said. So anyway, that's it. That is it for today's daily recap. Let's go to comment corner. One comment here. And this comment is from LaShunta. It says, Ashley and Tucker got married. Abby got on my nerves. I can't stand Audra and Kyle. Audra smug but squirming. Kyle told her to snitch on Adam. Ashley's playing games still. It's the end game. Kyle's very disrespectful. I'm so sick of Jack and Ashley. Oh my God. Really, it's boring now. And one thing I forgot to talk about was Tracy. Tracy came home after that wedding and let Jack and Diane have it, because they were there talking about, yeah, they plan worked, and like plan B on to the next. They were just celebrating what they had done. And Jack was like, I still can't believe that Ashley had, thought there was an ulterior motive behind my gift. Tracy slams the front door because she heard him talking. And she goes, why wouldn't she think there's something up your sleeve? Tracy said, because there is. I could tell by the way you two are right here now. And our sister had every right to be distrusting of that gift, that so-called gift. She says, after what she had been put through before, when she had to fight to take her patents, and she started her own company. Oh no, Jack. She goes, she knows something is up. And she goes, and I don't know what you two are up to, but I don't like it. Oh, Tracy. See, Tracy don't play with all that. And Jack and Diane, Jack just looked at her like, and Diane is like, oh, like what? What are you saying? Oh, well, Diane gets that and looks at Jack, and I'm thinking, see, okay, that's all right. You guys are the cat's meow. The cat's meow right now. Well, okay, I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.